thank you for coming. If you came in anyone here in my last? Thank you for following me here. Please note they followed me here, suckers. I'm one of 4 of Henry Glass's newest designers, and it's a real honor. It was on my bucket list of things to do. Actually, I was at Trends show last fall, and Larry was in the booth next to me, and he was setting his up, and we had twice the space, and so my hubby and I are trying to work it, and he sets his up, and he comes by and he talks to me, and he says, "So have you thought about designing fabric?" And I said, "Yes, it's been on my bucket list." I said, "But right now I got to set up my booth." I thought he was a sales rep, okay? So I just talked to him like I would a sales rep. I might have thrown out a red carpet and been a little more professional, but nope, didn't do that. I get back to my booth, set it all up, and I said, "Sales rep over there," because I didn't think sales reps had the clout to be able to pick designers to design, and I thought, maybe they get a little money for referrals, so I'm thinking all kinds of weird things. And so I said, here's this card. That's my hubby back there. And he says, "Phyllis, he's the president." I was like, shit. What did I say to him? So he came by a couple times during the weekend, and he said to me, "So you should be sketching. You want me to go get you a sketch pad and drawings?" And I said, "No, you give me a week after I get home, and I will give you at least 7 lines of fabric in varying degrees of stages of development." So I did. And a week later, he gets one email with all of these attachments in them, and they picked a collection about owls. And I said, I ended up naming it Ain't Life a Hoot. I am Phyllis Meiring, but I also own In the Patch Designs. If you were at my last seminar, you know I hand dye wools and I have beautiful packaging. So it all complements. I am a shop owner since 2002. I opened up my shop with a budget of $10,000. I bought RJR fabrics, the flat folds, the seconds, the whatever they were, dumpster dived into Joann Fabrics to get their cardboard put-ups, wrapped the cardboard put-ups with these 5-yard pieces, and had 200 bolts in my shop. 2 years ago in 2016, my shop was selected for Quilt Sampler magazine, and if you watch that magazine, the snowman on the cover, that was my pattern on the cover. I've had 19 patterns published in 6 different magazines, and that was not my first cover. I've had patterns on three different covers. So I'm not new, but where I cut my teeth is people would come into my little store in Piqua, Ohio, population 16,000, and they'd bring these wads of beautiful fabric that they had bought from another quilt store or on vacation. Anybody do that in your store? Oh, just love them because there's something there for you. And they'd say, "Do you have any patterns?" Well, no, I didn't have a budget for patterns, but I'm never afraid to say I can do that. So I pulled out my rolls of newspaper print that I got free from the local community college, and I said, "You leave the fabric with me, tell me what size you want, and call me the next day, make sure I have it done." And I crafted custom-made patterns. That's how I cut my teeth. On patterns. So I started creating patterns from there. There are probably 50 or 60 newspaper print patterns that went home with everybody that had them designed. So that's why I started. So when he asked me, Larry, if I would design, I thought, I'm not going to jump the shop ownership. I know exactly what it means to get a line in. I know exactly how. By the way, here's the disclaimer. I will say this in every schoolhouse I do for anyone or for myself. It is your shop. You're the investor. It is your passion. It is your vision. Don't know, let anybody tell you that if this fabric line or this product sells good and it's doing good for everyone, that it's going to necessarily do good in your store. Buy what you're attracted to, because if you like it, even there's this unspoken energy that's in your shop that will attract other people. And if you think that sounds a little like hokey pokey, ever walked into a room and you got a bad feeling about something, but you couldn't put your, that's it. If you're buying stuff and you are saying, I'll buy it, but chances are it's not going to succeed. So buy it because you like it. And if you buy it because you like me, that's good too, because it's all a good feeling and it'll be even better. So what I did when I designed this is I thought about, I'm a pattern designer and now a fabric designer. So what I'm doing is I have put together a booklet with 20 projects in them. They have, you download them in your PDF. You buy the whole collection, 12-yard bolts. There are 14 pieces in it, I think, 14 pieces. And you contact Larry, and he'll give me the contact information, and there's business cards here. You get the PDF file. You can download all the patterns. You put your name underneath of it. You can sell them. You can kit it. It's my gift to you, my token of appreciation. These are not patterns that will be available online. There are free patterns that you get that most of the manufacturers put online, but as a shop owner, I know what people do with them. They take them and they make other patterns from other fabrics with them. So, and that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to reward you all because I'm one of you, I know what it's like. So there's a kid's pattern, there's the block of the month, I'll show you. There's, this is the panel, so there's a panel, and it's, the working title was it's an almanac. There's a month, I have a really quirky, weird sense of humor. So every block is a month. This one in March, if you get to look at it a little bit closer, she wants to see it. If you get to look at it a little, see, they have to keep me in line. If you have to look at it a little bit closer, it has a little owl, and he's a leprechaun owl, and he's sitting in the pot of gold, and he looks scared, like scared, shitless scared, because he's got his gold and he knows everybody's coming after it. So he has that look on his face. Down here, I'm 57, okay, so do I remember the cartoons where the Wile E. Coyote would jump off, and remember the Acme? Okay, so I had to check to make sure we could use that. We could. Acme isn't owned by anybody. So these little lovebirds are in the July month are sitting on a whole stack of fireworks, and one is lit. And she's wearing the rose-colored glasses. Most of these are me and Mitch. She's wearing the rose-colored glasses thinking, this is such a trip and it's so wonderful and these are all gonna go boom, and he's looking down at it. These are gonna go boom and we're sitting on it. So it's, it was, the characters in it have personality. So I was thinking that you could have a relationship with them. Every block in the project book, I designed the individual blocks so that you could take that block, cut it apart, and use it as a door banner or a cubicle. So once a month, or the top of a calendar page, so you've got that opportunity to do it. And I do really quirky stuff. I mix a lot of fibers, so you'll be able to mix some other fibers. I put buttons in stuff, I put rickrack in stuff, so when you go to kit stuff, there'll be other products that you can sell in your store too with that and kit it. So this is what they look like. That's the free download pattern. That's where you cut apart the panel. And by the way, if you're not part of, there's a Facebook page that has panels, women who are recreating panels. Look for fabric panels and join it, because they've got some ideals on there and they share ideals too. So it has, let's see if I've done this. That's the cover. Ain't life a hoot, because really life can give you a whole bunch of stuff. This is a complimentary print that has all the seasons in it. It really kind of has 4 seasons and they're coupled together. A rainy season, which is the spring season. This is the summer. It has chevrons on the owls, which is really, really cute. And then some complimentary pieces. And then Henry Glass always has some staples that they're adding to it that work, so if you wanted to expand it a little bit bigger. But I have granddaughters, and so they've already told me which one I'm supposed to make their little romper. It's like a romper dress in the pattern, so I show you how you can do that. I even give you some tips on how you can kit that, and then it will work, the PDF will work for how you can handle the whole 12 bolts. The other thing I would recommend you trying to do is, owls are still really popular. I would set up in your store, and I did this in mine, it worked really well. Ladies, women come in to your store not just to buy fabric. They come in lost, they come in looking for a home, they come in looking for friends, they come in broken, they come in. You are a counselor, you're a spiritual advisor. You do more than just have a retail store. You have services that will, beyond measure, make the world a better place. So when they come in, they're coming in for a relationship. So I set up what I called a Hootie Who Girl Club. In the download pattern, I give you tips on how to set up a Hootie Who Girl Club. Have a monthly club, have monthly projects. There's 20 projects in the PDF. Have them talk about, there's tips on how to talk about starters for conversations. Have a 1 month where you have the kids come in for some of the projects, because one of them was a really simple purse, a killer simple purse project. Which is a great starter project. The folks that I have created PDF patterns for are more than just quilters, because I started out in high school as a garment maker. I wasn't allowed to wear blue jeans. I'm 57, so my mom was really old-fashioned. I wasn't allowed to wear blue jeans, so to have the really cool clothes, I had to make my clothes. So I cut my teeth on being able to do that. It was either that or wear the double knit polyesters. Thank you. I'm allergic. Just in August? Congratulations, your babies. That's awesome. Back there?
It must be a dream and somebody inside. We opened and stuff warriors. Wow.
That's awesome. So I'm not kidding you. One of the biggest things that I can see since 2002, me opening a shop, is it's not a retail store. It's a creative station. And in my world, the only thing more powerful in creativity in the world is love. There's nothing more powerful. It does amazing things, and women find their voice. They find a thing that they can do. There's no rules. Generally speaking, I mean, there's still the quilt police in some areas, but they got most of them locked up now. So they're more than just quilters. And if you think about them being more than just quilters, not only will you have a bunch of things to offer them, they will have amazing things to offer you. I mean, there's nothing like getting a big sale at the end of the day in a store. But beyond that, there's nothing coming back in and saying 6 months later, I just moved to this town. I had a lady tell me this. I just moved to this town. I left my family, all of my kids, 3 hours away. And she said, I was near suicide until I started coming in for classes with you. You never know what you're going to do and how much you're going to bless someone amazingly. So you're more than just retail owners. And I'm happy and honored to be able to be a part of that creative industry. So you guys are magic makers. That's what, the fabric doesn't come out into your shops until the middle of December. So it gets delivered then. Go see Henry Glass in their booth. Their booth number is 1106. They will take your orders there, and then they'll get the information from you. If you do the whole collection order, then you'll get the PDF ahead of time so that you can be thinking about, where do I want to cut this? I need to have these printed up. You can change. You can even add. It comes in a PDF, and most PDFs are editable. I only ask that you honor my copyright agreements in it to use it, but I want you to put your names on it. Change the instructions because my instructions tend to be like we're having a conversation. So if you want to change it and say, well, what she means to say is this, feel free to do that. And if you have any questions or find any errors in it, by all means, please call me or email me. It's info@inthepatchdesigns, or get a hold of Henry Glass and they will tell you how to get a hold of me. Yes?
A picture of all the different designs, all the different projects, or are they in the?
We just got these. The line is so new. We just got these printed like 2 weeks ago. So I don't have any of it yet. It's all in sketches. So the strike-offs come pretty quick. There's something that's called strike-offs. I get to find this out. There's something that's called strike-offs. And then when the strike-offs come, then I'm going to stitch like a crazy wench and have the pictures and not just the computerized drawings for them. So. And if you have an ideal for a project you'd like to see, I'm an expert among experts. If you have a suggestion, I'll design it. We'll put it in the collection. And I'll give you credit for inspiring the design. Any more questions? Is there one thing that you would like designers to know as a shop owner?
So that when it rolls in the door, you've got the sample ready to go up. I've always thought that. It must be impossible because nobody does it.
I am working with American Patchwork and Quilting to see if we can't get a design for this collection in one of their publications so that when it's out, it'll be coming out like in February. I'm crossing my fingers. So it will come out in February so that you'll get the magazine not too long after you have the fabrics in your shop. Yeah, that's because I know as a shop owner, part of the reason why I didn't carry a lot of magazines is because people wanted the fabrics in them and those were long gone. Yeah. So I wanted to help bridge that gap. Yes, yes. So I'm working with Jody at American Patchwork and Quilting to see what I can do.
If you gave us a way to actually make a model, that would be good too.
Okay. And of course, I will have, you'll be able to do like the trunk show things. I got to work out the details of that so that if you need it in your store for a little while to get a jump start. And if you need more advice and suggestions on tips on setting up a Hootie Hoo Girl Club, and you may want to set up the girls a Hootie Hoo Girl Club because the girls want to know how to sew.
Yeah, and that is only available when we order the line to get the PSD.
Yes.
It has that kind of information.
Yes.
And address.
Now, I can give you the information for the Hootie Hoo Girl Club and to set that up in your shop. I hope it will lay the groundwork for my next collection so that if you like it, you like the personality, you like the color, you like the products, then I'm going to keep doing that. I mean, if it goes well, then I get to design more. And as long as I can, I will always create a product, a PDF in a booklet form for you so that you can. And if you're not computer savvy, I can give you a printed copy that if you just let me know, hey, I'm not computer savvy, I don't know, and you don't have to be any age. I know a 44-year-old lady that comes into my store. She's not computer savvy. She doesn't know what FaceTime is. She doesn't want anything to do with it. So if you're not computer savvy and you want just a printout so that you can take it to a printer and print it, I'd be happy to send you one. Not a problem.
Cool.
I'm one of you guys. Anything else? If there is, contact Henry Glass, and I'm very approachable, so I'll be here this weekend. I don't have a booth, but I'll stop in Henry Glass's booth, and in the mornings I'm in E.E. Shank's booth. So 9:30 to 11. Thank you. Oh, they got carried.